Hi, my name is Debra Crawford, and I would like to welcome you to my electronic portfolio. Throughout the course of this presentation, I will be covering my experience, which includes education, employment, and skill set, computer skills with examples of my work, plus references and recommendations. First, let's review my experience. In the late 90s, I attended the University of Cincinnati for 2 years, majoring in pre-elementary education. I later enrolled in Kaplan University and completed my Associate of Applied Science and Business Administration in June of 2013 with an overall GPA of 3.96. I re-enrolled at Kaplan this summer and am working on my bachelor's degree in Information Technology. I have worked for Cincinnati Public Schools for the last 13 years. I started with the school district in November of 2000 as a support specialist at Euler School. While there, I also served as a records clerk and SASE coordinator. In less than 3 years, I was promoted to the position of senior support specialist at Washington Park School. In this role, I took on the duties of website coordinator and school cashier. 2 years later, I was promoted to my current position of Senior Executive Secretary to the Deputy Superintendent of Cincinnati Public Schools. While in this position, I received the highest customer service rating available during internal audits and earned the highest appraisal rating available year after year. Over the last 8 years, I have managed, or assisted in managing, several high-priority projects for Cincinnati Public Schools. This includes, but is not limited to, the development of curriculum maps, model lessons, standards-based report cards, the elementary initiative, the turnaround program, and the executive partnership. The district's work on these projects has impacted over 3,000 employees and 30,000 students. My experience also includes work outside of Cincinnati Public Schools. In 2011, I co-founded an educational consulting firm with a colleague in an effort to provide turnaround instruction and support to other public school districts. We held several professional development sessions and conducted site visits with a school district in the Midwest, but we have since placed this initiative on hold as a result of my return to school in 2012. I also spent 2 years working with the Ascend Performance Institute. The Institute served as a leadership program for local school principals and district administrators. I assisted in the management of the program by providing various levels of support, including the planning of leadership immersion sessions, coordination of presenters from across the country, and handling all of the program's logistics. Over the course of my years in the public and private sector, I have developed the following skills. Customer service relations, which includes the utilization of superior customer service skills to respond to inquiries for information from internal and external customers. In addition, I manage incoming telephone calls and mail on behalf of various department and senior managers, responding as needed and meeting and greeting visitors. Communication management. This includes the use of high-level written and oral communication skills to correspond with and coordinate information between senior managers, principals, teachers, parents, community members, vendors, and more. This is accomplished through the utilization of emails, newsletters, U.S. postal mail, phone calls, presentations, in-person discussions, and so on. Budget management. I assist with the annual development and ongoing management of a departmental budget totaling over $3 million. I also supported the management of a $20 million multi-year grant from GE. My budget management roles consist of processing personnel requisitions, budget transfers, consultant agreements, contracts, invoices, and so on. Purchasing, which includes procurement of office and instructional supplies for several central office departments in all 52 CPS schools. Payroll management. Going hand in hand with budget management, this incorporates the processing of personnel requisitions for staff's extended time, which requires board approval, tracking the hours worked by personnel, and submitting timesheets. Technological leadership. Based on my extensive knowledge of various computer systems, programs, and electronic devices, I have become the go-to person for colleagues throughout the district, including fellow secretaries, principals, and even our superintendent. Project management. As previously mentioned, I have managed and/or assisted in managing several high-priority projects. In addition, I have also managed many low-priority projects, such as weekly newsletters and website coordination. Event coordination. Over the years, I have coordinated several events for large and small groups. This work included everything from managing logistics to planning content and presenters, and even creating, procuring, and setting up decorations. Document development. I've developed, created, and or typed various documents including newsletters, reports, presentations, forms, evaluations, and so on. And lastly, data entry. Now let's take a look at my computer skills and examples of my work. I am well versed in programs such as Microsoft Word, PowerPoint, Excel, Publisher, Visio, Apple's Pages, Keynote, and Numbers programs, Google Apps, and more. I frequently use PowerPoint to create flyers, diagrams, presentations, and other various documents. In Word, I have created a wide assortment of documents including forms, charts, agendas, and reports. This particular report included a foreword, an overview of the program and its goals, the results of the program, and survey results from participants. I routinely use Microsoft Excel to create charts, track data, develop forms, create and submit payroll sheets, and manage budgets. In Microsoft Publisher, I've created memos and cover sheets, calendars, invoices and forms, newsletters, flyers, and so on. By utilizing the Pages program on a Mac computer, I've created several EPUB books for various professional development sessions. Our goal was to increase the utilization of the participants' iPads and decrease the amount of hard copies being produced. I have utilized Google Apps to create documents, forms, and websites. In addition to these types of useful tools, I also use Google Plus to communicate with my various circles and communities. Lastly, let's take a quick look at some recommendations and my references. The following recommendations were provided on my LinkedIn account from various colleagues through my work as an executive assistant and consultant. Eric Thomas, the Chief Support Officer at University of Virginia, said, "Debra is a constant professional. She manages tasks extremely well and takes initiative in moving responsibilities forward. Debra is extremely proficient with technology. I recommend Debra for any position that she might be interested in. She will be an absolute asset to the organization." Pam Thomas, former Cincinnati councilwoman and CPS employee, commented that Debra is a professional with exceptional customer service skills. She is multi-talented and has outstanding communication skills. She is very energetic and goal-oriented. Additionally, she has remarkable ability to analyze and quickly solve problems. A colleague, Patty Young, noted that Debra is a detail-oriented administrative secretary who pays very close attention to the tasks at hand without losing sight of their strategic objective. I would highly recommend or endorse Debra for her expertise in the fields of Microsoft Office, customer service, and leadership. Should you be interested in contacting my references, please let me know so that I may inform them that you will be reaching out. My references include Laura Mitchell, the current Deputy Superintendent of Cincinnati Public Schools, Melody Dacey, a Professional Development Specialist with Mayerson Academy, and Cheryl Brodnix, the Early Childhood Director for Cincinnati Public Schools. My personal references include Wendy Popejoy, who is a friend and colleague, and Missy Jemison, who is a longtime friend. If you have any questions or comments regarding anything you've seen or heard during this presentation, please feel free to contact me at 513-403-3988 or at debra.lee.crawford@gmail.com. Thank you for your time and consideration.